One of the things I did want to talk about was the White House card. It was finalized during the week, and I'm just curious who you think is going to be on the card because it's kind of weird that they already have that card figured out, but it's like 6 months away.
Is it
So
June?
I don't know how it's going to work.
Is it June?
It's in June, I think, like middle of June.
100.
So how are they gonna?
100.
How are they gonna?
100.
What are you trying to say?
100%. Oh, I was giving you my answer. All right, what are you yapping about?
Okay, go for it.
100%. They're gonna put Gaethje Topuria on that card. 100%. 100%.
You really think they're gonna make Alexander Ilya Taporia wait 4 more months? They're gonna make him wait a whole year. Who else is gonna fight in the next 4 months? That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be Marab and Umar.
It's got to be an American.
I guess Joshua Van's probably gonna fight. But think about it. Between now and June, they've got the BMF fight between Holloway and Oliveira in March. Then we have one in April and May. Okay, so there's two fights that have to be made between now and then. And Joshua Van is probably going to fight. I'm like, who else are they going to have fighting at that point?
Okay, well, it's basic math here, brother. It ain't rocket science. Who represents America? Who walks out with the American flag?
Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje.
No, I'm with
Joshua
you.
Van
I actually
walks
think
out
they're
with
gonna
the
put Gaethje
Myanmar flag.
Yeah.
Sean O'Malley walks out with the American flag. Sean O'Malley and Peter Yan is a possibility. 45 is Volk. They're not going to do that. 55 is Gaethje. 70 is Islam, and there's no American people in title contention. 85 is Sean Strickland. If Sean Strickland gets a good finish here, maybe, which is not likely, but if he does, he could be in title contention. 205, nobody American. Heavyweight, nobody American. So I think it's either Suga Peter or Topuria Gaethje.
Yeah.
Based off what I just said.
I agree. 100%. I'm with you that I think Topuria Gaethje is going to be on that just because Gaethje is kind of like the face of like American MMA right now. But a couple of things to throw in there. Number one, McGregor is like training for real right now in MMA. And I'm pretty sure he has a fight signed. I would
Really?
I would bet that yes. I think he probably is going to fight on the White House. And so that might be the headline. If McGregor is fighting, he might be on the headline, and it could be something like maybe like Jorge Masvidal. I know that'd be kind of crazy, but it could be something like that.
Straight nut, bro. Dude, imagine Poirier McGregor 4.
That'd be crazy. I don't think they would do that, but
Dude, please no.
But yeah.
Okay, well,
I'm not sure who would be.
Would he be fighting at 70 or 55? That's a big thing.
Oh, 70 for sure. Guaranteed he'd be fighting at 170.
That's
I
crazy.
don't think Conor McGregor is making 55 right now.
Imagine it's Protest, because Protest said he had something in the works.
Nah.
Dude, holy crap.
Maybe Mauricio Hufi. I was actually thinking, that was another thing I was going to mention, is that Carlos Protest said that he had agreed to a fight and he was waiting on somebody to sign. There's no way they're going to make him fight Conor McGregor. That would just be insane.
Dude, dude, holy. I'm just thinking about how that fight would end. I don't even.
Yeah, it'd be terrible. I think that in the fight in April, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't made that official yet. Dude, they haven't even announced the co-main for the fight in March, which is in like a month. I mean, people have already bought tickets for that fight, and they don't even know who's fighting in the co-main, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But, I think Islam versus Usman, Shemaev versus Imavov, those are two fights as well that could be happening sometime. Probably those ones I could see being in April and May, maybe, even though that's during Ramadan. And so I don't know if Shemaev and Islam are going to be doing that, but Shemaev has fought in the spring before, so I don't think it's off the table. The last one I was going to say as a possibility, this one actually might be on the White House card. And I know you had something to say about this last time, so I'm going to let you say I'm going to let you get your word in. But I would not be surprised if Alex Pereira will fight on the White House card, considering how big of a star he is. And also, I saw something recently that he weighs 110 kilograms, which
So 230, 240?
For you Americans who don't speak in kilogram, that's like 240 something pounds. So he's kind of a beefy boy right now. He's like the size of, what's that? It's probably somewhere around where Cyril Gane is in terms of like weight.
Dude, that's insane that he fought at 85, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's 60
Like,
pounds. 60.
it makes me
a whole
feel for
child.
Izzy. You know what I mean? Like, dude, this guy,
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Izzy had to walk through the cage with somebody probably that weighed 40 more pounds than him, and he
Yeah.
flatlined him. You know, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Izzy's my dog. Dog. Do not mention dogs around Izzy. Okay. So yeah. If you guys don't know, so Izzy actually did this with his dog. No.
Yeah.
Okay. But so my notes, because I was doom scrolling and I saw some stuff on John Jones, and he said that he had really bad arthritis in his hips. That it was so bad that he went to the doctors and he actually qualified for a hip replacement. Like, bro, this guy fought Stipe like a year ago, and he's got bum hips.
Do you remember in The Dark Knight Rises when Bruce Wayne goes to the doctor after he's been like out in the kind of like in the like exile for like a number of years, and the doctor's like, well, you know, your knees something, and he's like, well, it's because there's no cartilage there.
Yeah, how does that even happen?
Made me think of that.
How do you lose?
That's a good reference, eh? Good reference. Okay, carry on. Go on.
Get out of here, bro. But basically, John Jones he's been talking about fighting Pereira for a while now. I mean, for years. He's like, that fight interests me. When he was still active, he didn't want to fight Aspinall. I really want to fight Pereira. That legacy, blah, blah. He's ducking. Who cares? But it looks like he's not going to fight now because of his hip. He's not really coming back. And Aspinall posted a picture with his eyes looking like cherries. You know, he just...
Yeah, he had surgery on both of them, I think, which is crazy.
And wishful thinking, I don't think we see Aspinall back in the cage until the end of 2026, honestly. And so that leads to believe, okay, well, what's going to happen to the heavyweight belt? Is it he's going to vacate? Probably not, because I think he wants to come back. So there's going to be an interim fight. Now, who at heavyweight deserves to fight for the belt? The only possible name I can think of is Alexander Volkov before Gallatin lost atrociously to Rizvan. But now that Gallatin lost to Rizvan, it's looking like Volkov's win over Gallatin is not really aging well. And so I think he needs to fight more. Not to mention he beat Sergey recently too. So Sergey doesn't really deserve it, even though he's top 5. The top 5 of heavyweight needs to fight each other. So who's going to fight for the belt? And I think Pereira is he's looking for a reason to go to heavyweight. He's going to go to heavyweight, and Cyril, who should get the rematch, is going to fight Pereira for the interim belt. Holy absolute cinema. And that is
Case closed.
That is a way better fight than Pereira versus Aspinall. Because let's be honest, Pereira versus Aspinall is going to just bulldoze through him like he did to Andrei Arlovsky. He's going to sink in the rear naked choke. He's going to submit him in round 1 or 2. But Cyril Gane doesn't have the same skills as Aspinall in that retrospect. And so we're going to see a stand-up fight at heavyweight with Pereira, and I'm going to have my bucket of popcorn in the front seat, dude. That goes hard.
Butter in it.
Dude, extra butter,
Yeah.
extra oil with
extra butter.
with the Dune popcorn bucket.
Yeah, exactly. Just in case any crazy moments happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That'll be absolute cinema. I actually agree with you. I think that's very, very likely that Cyril Gane fights Alex Pereira for the interim belt. Can you imagine Cyril Gane becomes interim champion again? I feel like he's been interim champ like 3 times at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But he definitely became interim champ against
Tuivasa.
Derek Lewis.
And Tuivasa.
Really? Those are both interim championships?
The Tuivasa one was.
Really? That's crazy.
That was...
I'm pretty sure the Derek Lewis one was too, because then they unified it with
Gane. And then Cyril Gane lost that, and then his next fight, he fought Tuivasa, because Tuivasa was on his 5-fight win streak, and then that was the winner of that fought John Jones. So Tuivasa... Dude, it's crazy. Yeah. Looking back, we almost had Tai Tuivasa versus John Jones.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
That was almost in the history books. that would be the worst fight of all time, dude. Tuivasa would get submitted in 2 minutes.
Dude.
Guaranteed. Dude, while we're still touching on it, do you want to give your just first thoughts on Pereira versus Gane, at all? I mean,
I actually think it'll be pretty competitive. I think they're going to be very similar sizes. I want to say they're about the same height, which seems weird because Sorogan looks so much more just buff. But I think Sorogan is just naturally kind of a bigger person than Pereira is. Pereira's got kind of more of like a square frame, and Sorogan has more of like a bodybuilder kind of frame.
Yeah.
But dude, I think Pereira's heavyweight. I think his power is going to carry over
Yeah?
to heavyweight.
You think?
Yeah, I think it will. 100%, dude. I think he'll be a real problem for them. I think Sorogan's movement is really nice. He's big as well, and I don't think Sorogan's going to be super intimidated by Pereira. I think considering the fact that Sorogan has faced John Jones, Francis Ngannou. I mean, come on, Francis Ngannou hits harder than Alex Pereira. Let's be real here. And he went 25 minutes with him. So I don't think Pereira's going to bring anything that's going to really like intimidate Sorogan. Dude, even Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall would beat Alex Pereira. I know it's a different style and styles make fights,
yeah.
but Tom Aspinall is like the scariest dude at heavyweight right now.
Yeah.
And Sorogan looked like he didn't even care. He was just like chilling when he was in there with him.
Dude.
So I don't know. I think that Sorogan is actually going to be fully be able to be himself in that fight. But I do think Pereira's style, how he looks at 205 against the 205ers, I think is going to translate up to heavyweight.
Okay.
Honestly.
I agree with you. Sorogan's movement looks beautiful, but how good is it going to look after 5 hard low kicks? That's my question. Because obviously, we have never seen somebody at heavyweight really master leg kicks. Honestly, like I'm trying to think about it. Like all the top heavyweights, Rizvan Kuniev, no, like Sergey Pavlovich. I mean,
you don't even got to go on the list. You got me sold. I know for sure.
That's how low. That's how low level it is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of heavyweights that have ever thrown leg kicks, and I can't think of any. Actually, Tai Tuivasa has some decent leg kicks.
Volkov throws good teeps and good knees, but not good calf kicks. So I guarantee you, if that fight happens and Pereira's game plan, it's gonna be hit them legs early, get Sorogan to stop moving laterally, get him to start moving back, and then get him to the cage and freaking throw a nuke of a right hand.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, dude. Honestly, in my mind, it's a pick 'em. So I might end up picking just who's the underdog kind of thing. It's kind of one of those fights where I literally have no idea.
Very competitive. Yeah, I think it'll be really competitive too. I bet you Alex Pereira will actually be kind of underestimated. I think he'll probably be an underdog, but I think his skills will translate really well to heavyweight. I think I could see him really fitting in at heavyweight and looking like a real heavyweight.
I would need to rewatch his fight with Magomed Ankalaev, their first fight, to kind of make my pick, because that was the first time where we saw Alex Pereira lose, like kind of dominantly, and he's got cooked everywhere in that fight. And so, seeing where his weaknesses are and, how can we compare Magomed to Cyril? Is there any similarities, all that kind of thing. But I'm going to be hyped to watch that fight, dude. It's going to be good.